Page 127. This doesn't really have a title. It's dealing with dotted notes. But it's kind of important that you understand dotted notes, so I'm devoting a video to this. We'll go through all these lines on this page. On the previous page, they talk about it. The rule for a dotted note is the same regardless of what the note is. In the past, I told you that just remember a dotted half note is 3 quarter notes, because I didn't want to explain the rule yet. But now you're starting to get dotted quarter notes, and you can have dotted eighth notes, dotted whole notes, dotted whatever. So we just need to understand what the rule is. So no matter what the note is, you can figure it out on your own. And that is, hang on, the dot gets half the value of the note, whatever the note gets. And that's across the board. So it's like in the dotted half note, where a half note was worth 2 quarter notes. Well, then the dot is worth 1 quarter note. And you put them together for the full thing, and that's 3 quarter notes. That's why a dotted half note is 3 quarter notes. Well, on a dotted quarter note, now we're assuming we're in 3/4 time or 4/4 time, and a quarter note gets a count. So if a quarter note gets 1 beat, then the dot is going to get a half a beat. That's equivalent to an eighth note. Put them together, so the dotted quarter note gets 1.5 beats. So whatever comes next, no matter what it is, it comes on the end of the next beat. So look at the first one on page 127. You can use any fingering you want, I don't care. 4 is fine. 3/4 time, so the quarter note's going to be on beat 1. The dot comes on beat 2, because the quarter note lasts a full beat. So the dot comes on beat 2. So the eighth note comes on the end of 2. 1 and 2 and. So it just extends it out a little bit. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and. See the dotted half note? The half note gets 2 beats, the dot gets 1, 3 total. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. They use common melodies for a lot of people around the world on what these are. Not everybody, but a lot of people they are. And it helps you to, okay, I understand. Well, do you really? Can you take another piece with the dotted rhythm and actually figure it out? Go to the second one. Here, 5th finger here. 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and 3. See the quarter note's on beat 1. The dot's on beat 2. So the eighth note comes on the end of 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and. And then in the next to the last measure, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. See look at the dotted quarter note. It comes on beat 3, the dot comes on beat 4, and the eighth note comes on the end of 4. 3 and 4 and. Like so. Next line. This is for the left hand. Doesn't matter which hand plays it. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in the rhythm here. So it's here. That's beat 4. 1 and 2 and 3. So the quarter note comes on 1. The dot comes on 2. The eighth note comes on the end of 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Hopefully you're kind of getting an idea. Don't make it complicated. It really isn't complicated. Some people really have trouble understanding dotted rhythms. Just don't. Just keep it fairly simple, I hope. Last line. Here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. See? And that's it. And they give you some examples on 126 there. Like at the bottom, I'm counting in 1 and 2 and. But just keep in mind it's not always going to be 1. I mean, that note can come on any beat. Doesn't matter what the beat is. But the note gets that beat, and the dot gets half of the next beat, and then something else has to come afterward. Because You don't have to have an eighth note following these. It could be some other note. Doesn't matter what it is. Whatever it is, it's got to come right there. It's on the end of whatever that beat is. And we'll talk more about these dotted rhythms and the pieces to come, because you're going to get these a lot. And it's really important that you be able to figure them out yourself.